And we're back here on Studio 90 Extra Time, and as we promised, in studio today, the one and only Marcus Hahnemann. Yeah, Now, you've had a pretty amazing career over in England. You've been there for 10 years now. Not a lot of American players have been able to play in England for 10 years. A couple goalkeepers, Brad Friedel, Casey Keller, to name two. What does it take sort of to survive and prosper that long, such a tough environment over there in England?
Well, it was tough, and I had a tough time at Fulham because I never really got a chance to play. And, wondering if it was time to come home after that when I never really got my shot. And, it wasn't really anything I did, doing well in training, but it was the fact sometimes you're a goalkeeper, you either play or you don't play. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't until I, got my shot at Reading that I was able to really improve as a goalkeeper and, get a lot of really, top-notch games under my belt. And, at the time we were in the Championship and we got promotion to the Premier League, which is, was my ultimate goal, going to England in the first place. And I think, for most kids, I think it's, the top league in the world.
Now, you went to Wolves this past year as a backup. You signed as a backup. But by December, you were starting. And by the end of the season, I believe, not only did you have more saves per game than any goalkeeper, but you're one of the top statistically rated players in the entire Premier League. And of course, Wolves finished 15th. You guys stayed up. Sort of not the season you were expecting, but probably a tremendous season.
Well, when I was brought in, I talked to Mick McCarthy, and he said, Wayne's earned the #1 shirt, and but I need somebody with an experience, and when things aren't going well, I need you to be ready, and you've got that, Premier League experience, and help him grow, and the rest of the team help them out, and I had the opportunity to go in late November, and first game we ended up losing to Birmingham at home, which was a little bit tough because it's sort of a derby for us, but then we went to Tottenham and we got an away victory, really unexpected, and just moved on from there, and we achieved our ultimate goal was to stay up, and I think it was the best finish for Wolves in 30 years, and a huge club with huge history. They've played Inter Milan and at their place beat them in Champions League games, and or maybe it wasn't Champions League games in the 50s or whenever it was, but a huge club with a lot of history, and it was great to help them stay up and be such a huge part of it.
Moving on to sort of some off-field stuff, we hear that you're a big outdoorsman. You also love video games. You ride dirt bikes. You build model airplanes, model cars. You have a lot of what we would call fun hobbies. Now, you also have two young sons. They're age 11 and 9. And the question is, do these guys have any idea that they have the coolest dad in the entire world?
Well, it's kind of funny because my wife, she has 3 boys to raise, me, Hunter, and also I'm the oldest, obviously, at 37, but, and I don't know, they are so much fun. And I love, and I think we all love being a kid, and having kids yourself, and especially, the boys at this age, and my wife's always outnumbered, so we vote on stuff. I think that's fair. And obviously we get, we win those all the time.
It's a democracy.
Yes,
you
of course.
Accept that.
Yeah, of course. And but they're so much fun, and to do all the things that you loved doing when you were a kid. And so the remote-controlled planes and helicopters and motorcycles, things that I had to beg, borrow, and steal for when I was a kid. Now we can get from our boys.
Somehow I feel in 10 years when you're 47 and they're 20, you're still going to be doing the same stuff with these guys. All right, so we know that you love music. You're a big heavy metal fan. Yeah. And me and myself, back in my younger days, I attended a few hard rock shows, I must say. It's true. People might not believe it. So I was wondering, for you, what's the best place to watch one of those shows from? Is it right in front, right in the mosh pit, maybe next to the speakers and you friggin' feel the music? Where's your favorite place to watch a show?
It kind of depends. I don't know, I think if the crowd's into it, there have been times where, Slipknot, when they were Machine Head and Slipknot, we were right in the front in the mosh pit. And, you're getting knocked over. I lost my iPhone. It was a joke. It was just mayhem, and then, and I think we're on stage as well for Tenacious D, and I had my boys, and we were up like in the lighting thing, and my friend got us in there. So that was pretty fun, and we'll remember that forever.
Have you ever yourself crowd surfed?
No.
right? Because I think the guys would be like, Marcus, I can't.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I would really want to stage dive as well, but you know what's going to happen. It's just going to be mass exodus.
Yeah.
Whoosh, straight on the floor.
Don't let the big guy land on you.
Yeah.
All right, so you are sorry for bringing this up, but you are the oldest guy on the World Cup team. We actually here at Studio 90 think that's something to be very proud of. Yeah. That's right. Your second World Cup. But we do hear you have a sort of rule that you live by, and that is that you do not dive at training until after 11 a.m.
Yes.
And we're wondering if that's sort of interrelated maybe to being 37.
Yes, I've slowed down a little
Yes.
bit and it takes me, it takes me 30 minutes to warm up.
Yeah.
And it's as simple as that. And, so a goalkeeper coach at Wolves, we go out at 10:30. He knows I'm not diving till 11.
Right.
So if the coaches, they want to do something at 10:45, he goes, we're going out at 10:15. Because I got to be out. But every once in a while, like one of my first dives, it's usually not the most athletic dive. It's more like timber. And you just kind of, and you hit the ground. I'm getting up. And you go, okay, I think I'm getting there. And you see Pat, our goalkeeper coach, jumping up and down. And he looks at his watch. He goes, 10:55. I got him. I got him early today.
Well, we're lucky that most Premier League games start in the late afternoon or in the evening. So you're all set, and that's why you did so well this year. And congratulations on your season, and thanks for being on Studio 90. But we're not done with Marcus. We're going to come back here on Extra Time. We're going to have some Twitter questions from the fans. Woo! Yeah!